to access the city gate of heaven. Who shall ascend the hill of the Lord, or who shall stand in his holy place? He that has clean hands and a pure heart. The roll is called up yonder. Father, please let me make the number. Let me see you, let me touch you, let me hold you, God. Salvation, sanctification, consecration is all we need. I wanna go to heaven, heaven. I wanna walk on the streets of gold. Hallelujah. I wanna sing hallelujah on that day. I wanna go to heaven. Eventually, Jesus will come. The saints are many. He'll be taking us home. Oh, the joy to behold the wonder. A place prepared by Jesus, the firstborn. And I finally get to sing hallelujah. Life in the red, to God our Maker. Oh, the joy to behold the wonder. A place prepared by Jesus, the firstborn. I wanna world, yeah. I wanna sing hallelujah. And my reward is with me to give everyone according to his work. I am Alpha and Omega, the beginning and the end. Jesus, the way, the truth, and life. I can't wait to be your bride. Hold my hands and walk me down the aisle to my crown of glory. To face, oh, what joy and gladness it will be as I reign with you forever. Yeah. Go to heaven. Say hallelujah. Go to heaven. What a beautiful day it would be to be playing my guitar with the angels and be leading heaven's choir. We'll be chanting hallelujah with the saints and the elders. Hosanna to the one who reigns on high. So while I wait, I'll play my part. I'll fast and pray. I'll preach the word till everyone around me hears that Jesus is coming soon. So let the heavens prepare the grounds, cause this young boy has made a vow that when the trumpet sounds, 1 billion souls will fly on my account. I
Wow. I welcome everybody to this meeting of today. Okay. Okay. All right. Sorting out one or two things. Okay. Wow. With great minds, see your dream come true. I welcome everybody to today's program. Thank you for joining. Thank you. A big thank you to everyone already on the program, on the platform. Thank you so much. I can see our facilitator in. Thank you. Mr. Henry, Mrs. Tinuade Olaniyi, Dr. Shegun Oke, you're welcome, sir. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I'm so grateful. I'm happy that we are here together. Thank you so much. I want to believe you can hear me clearly. Please, if you can just hear me clearly, you can just type something or say something or wave, just do something that will make me to know everybody can hear me clearly. Please, can you just type something or say something so that I can know, or just show any sign so that I can know that you can hear me clearly. All right. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. You're welcome to today's Great Minds Connect, the June edition of our program. All right, thank you so much. The June edition of our program. You're all wonderfully welcome. Thank you for those people that are just joining in and are just coming in. I am Dr. Mrs. Oluwafunmilola Oluwatosin. I'm an educator, I'm an entrepreneur. I know I just say that a lot. Teaching and impacting knowledge is my passion. And if I'm taking care of or nurturing, raising, mentoring adolescents is my vision. And having a godly society is my dream. And I know it will surely come true. So I know every one of us, we have one or two dreams, and I want to believe that it shall surely come true by the special grace of God. You are all welcome. You are all welcome. Thank you for those people that were on the program last month and still here today. I appreciate you. And if you are joining for the first time, you are wonderfully welcome. Thank you so much. And our facilitator, you are welcome as well. You will see her very soon. And I'm sure if you can see, if you have seen our flyer, you would have recognized the person I'm talking about. I will soon spotlight her now. I mean, soon. Let's not forget our theme for this year is attaining success in the world of unequal opportunities. As we all know that this world that we are is a world of unequal opportunity. But how do we attain success? How do we achieve our dreams? How do we achieve our goals? This is what we are considering for this year. And for this month of June, our theme is how fresh graduates can overcome employment challenge due to lack of experience. We can see, and we all know, it's not just in Nigeria, it's all over the world. If you want just graduate as a fresh graduate, you just want to apply, you will see just vacancy, 5 years experience needed, 4 years experience needed. The minimum I've seen so far, 2 years experience needed. How do we overcome this challenge? It's a great challenge. And we all know that your years in school are not part of your experiences. So how do we overcome this challenge? I want to believe we'll still have people that will still come in very soon by God's grace. I want to believe that. So, and Great Minds Connect. Let me just one or two things about Great Minds Connect, as I do say and I will still say here today. Great Minds Connect was born out of passion and desire for impacting lives in our society, especially Nigerians, both home and abroad. The place is not really irrelevant, but basically for people at home. And the major aim of this association, or let me say of this particular platform is meant to connect those who have achieved and those who are still working on the way to achievement, to connect together, so that people at the top, there will be a way for you to drag those upcoming. So that is one of the reasons why we have this Great Minds Connect. And I want to believe we are connecting. Don't forget, we already have a platform. We already have a platform on Telegram. But very soon, most maybe or maybe not, we may still migrate to WhatsApp, because so many people are not being active on the Telegram. I learned so many people they're not used to having or doing anything on Telegram. So we may or may not, I'm still not sure, but we are working on it, migrate to WhatsApp so that we can have people's participation very well. And still on that, we have highlighted so many programs at the beginning of this program. Our first very meeting on Zoom. I think that was in February. That was our very first program on Zoom, and I want to believe many people really got a lot of things that very day, that very period. So, and from there we highlighted various of our programs, various of our plans, various of the activities that we have, or majorly plans that we have for people to connect great minds. And I want to believe you are connecting in one way or the other. Don't worry, you see here a lot of things very soon by the special grace of God. So I wouldn't want us to take a long time on today's program, because as I always say, that our program is scheduled for just an hour, and I would not like a situation where we'll be exceeding that 1 hour every time. So today we will not waste so much time. We will not waste time. So I want to bring in our facilitator. So before I spotlight her, let me bring out her profile, the profile of our facilitator. Okay.
She presently works with an international non-governmental. Oluwadamila Abeye is a medical doctor with experience in public health, research, and community development. She is passionate about God as a calling mentor to young boys and girls to greatness. In 2011, as a university undergraduate, she founded a non-governmental organization, I Build Africa Foundation, with a mission to help girls maximize their potential, environment, and background notwithstanding, and a vision to raise girls into role model in the society. Through the organization, she has reached hundreds of indigent young girls with educational and health support. She presently works with an international non-governmental organization that gives her the platform to influence the reproductive health of young people at national and global scale. Dr. Dami, as she's fondly called by friends and colleagues, is subtly and uniquely energetic woman who values our relationship with God and people.
So, sorry, please. Okay. I want to spotlight okay. You are welcome. Oh, so sorry. What is going on? What is going on? What is going on? Please unmute yourself.
Okay.
So sorry about that.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, that's fine. All right. Hello, everyone, and thank you so much for having me here today. I consider it a great privilege. Can you hear me now? I think someone cannot hear me. Am I audible now?
I can hear you. Let me get from other people. Please, if you can hear our facilitator, can you just say something, just type something on the chat, please.
Oh, great. Okay, someone can hear me.
All right.
All right, so I consider it a really great privilege to be speaking on this great platform today. And I do not take it for granted at all. Thank you so much for the invite. Without much ado, I'll just go straight into the topic of today. So that topic is long in my head, but I've tried to paraphrase it to make it simple for me. Okay, so I mean, in my head, I think that what we are trying to discuss today is that how can young people or young graduates get jobs, really? It appears that, I mean, it's not even that it appears, but in the Nigeria of today, it looks like if you get a job, you're lucky. It looks like, I mean, a lot of people are, going from one place to another, looking for the kind of job that they want, but they don't get. So eventually people get to settle for what they don't really love to do, but they have to do just because that is what is available. And you know that popular saying is that when the preferable is not available, the available becomes preferable. So a lot of people are actually doing the kind of jobs that they do not really want to do. And those people are actually the favored ones. The larger percentage of people, I don't have the statistics here, but a larger percentage of youth in Nigeria are unemployed. Not even that they are doing what they don't like to do, they are absolutely unemployed. You can imagine after spending so long years in school, you come out and you have no job. I mean, the least you get to spend in school is maybe 4 years. Don't even let me mention people like us who eventually got to spend 10 years studying a course without having to fail any course, just because of strike actions and all that. So you can imagine spending those long years in school and eventually you come out with the hope that you will get the kind of job. A lot of people dream, I'll work for multinational, or I'll work for NGOs and all that. And then they come out of school and they meet the greatest shock of their lives. There are no jobs. And then they begin to ask, is it that I'm not good enough? Is it like, what exactly? They feel let down, they feel disappointed, and all of that. So today, we're going to be discussing, and I need to give a disclaimer. And my first disclaimer is that the things that I'm going to say today, they are not hard and fast rule. They are not, I don't have the 5 steps to getting a job. I doubt if anything like that exists anyways. So all I'm going to be saying today are things that from my own experience and from other people's experiences. And I'll probably like to share some of my story and, just to encourage someone or to make someone see this getting a job and all that from different perspectives, perhaps that they have not seen it before. So let's get started. How do you get a job as a young undergraduate? As a young graduate rather, how do you get a job? How do you enter into the labor market? Permit me to bring in the God factor first, because really, I'm sure that all of us understand that
Hey,
no amount of planning and strategy. Can you still hear me?
Yes, it was hanging before, but now you can hear you.
Okay. So I remember I used to tell myself as a young Christian undergraduate, and I would tell myself that I believe that there is an invisible hand guiding my life, and that hand is ensuring that I don't make a mistake and I don't enter into the wrong place or the wrong field. And I really strongly believe that applies to every one of us. you have dreams, you have aspiration, but like the Bible says that the horse is prepared for battle, but salvation is of God. And so you may do everything that you have to do to get into a particular type of job or a particular type of field, or to get a particular type of favor. But if God, who is the author and director of everyone's life, says that no, that place is not good for you for such a time as this, or not yet, this is not what you need now, he may decide to order your life in another way. And you might think that, oh, I'm not getting what I want. Meanwhile, it is God saying it is not a time, or no, this is not for you. This is better for you, and all that. So we need to always remember that. And that's why in all of our planning, in all of our strategizing, let's always remember that God, who is the author and the finisher, knows it all. The things that are not known to you, he knows it all. And so it's not out of place to always commit your ways into the hand of God. When you go for job interviews, to say, God, let your will be done. I remember that very recently I had a job interview, and I had prayed about the interview, and I told God, I really want this job, but God, let your will be done. If it is not the job you want for me, I don't want it. And you know what happened? I wish I can tell you that I got the job. I didn't get the job. It was painful, and I was like, God, is it that I didn't do well? Is it that, And it was really painful, but I reminded myself immediately that no, I told God, God, have your way. And so if I did not get the job, that means God has a better plan. And you know what happened? Just barely 2 weeks after that, I saw another opening, and I decided to apply. And this second opening was going to be a better paying, better platform, better opportunity, international job, and all that. And guess what? This time around, I prayed again and told God, if it is your will, let me have this job. I prepared, I did everything humanly possible. I prepared, I researched, and all that. Guess what? This time I got the job. And so it's not always about what we want, okay? It is more about God. And so I like to start from that perspective, so that we always remember that especially when you know God and you believe that your ways are right with God, always remember that he orders your life, he orders your steps, and he knows what is best for you. All right, so let's leave that point. Let's go to the second point. And my second point will be that be exceptional. I see a lot of young I see a lot of undergraduates. They really want a good job, and then I
Oh, network. Don't worry. By the time we'll have her again, it will be a better one. I'm very sure. Because it won't be the same environment from what she has told us now.
ask myself, if I am this person, will I employ myself?
We can hear you
Hello?
now. It was hanging, but we can hear you now.
Okay, so well, I'm really sorry about this, but I don't even know where last you heard me, so that I will know. Okay. So I concluded the first point by saying that the God factor is very important.
So we heard that you are my second point.
Yes, so my second point is be exceptional. And I was saying that there are a lot of undergraduates. You are in school and you are looking forward to coming out of school and getting a good job, but you're not grooming yourself. Simple things as basic as good English construction. I believe that is basic for anybody who looks forward to getting a job. If I am your employer, I'm not sure that except if your job is menial job. You want to work in a corporate organization, but you cannot construct simple English in simple tenses. If you go for an interview, I feel that that's the first thing that they would not even bother to hear the stuff you have. The fact that your grammatical composition is not appealing, it can really, really put anybody off, and it will not be any fault of the employer or the interviewer. So I'm saying this not to ridicule or not to, but to say that I think that it's the least we can do for ourselves and for our employer is to groom our. In fact, that is even besides being exceptional. I think that is basic. It is really basic. English language is our lingua franca in this part of the world. It is the language that we speak in corporate world. And so I understand that there might be limitations here and there, but you owe it to yourself to groom your English. There are books. I remember in secondary school, we used to read writer grammar, all of those things. And those were the things that helped my own English language. Those were the things that helped me to be able to compose. And I'm not even saying speak big English like these popular politicians. No. In fact, the beauty of speaking good English is speaking English that everybody understands, not big English that people will be looking at their faces and saying, what are you saying or what are you not saying? Construct good sentences, use good tenses, use simple basic grammar, but let your conversation be logical. Let people be able to follow your thought process. And these things doesn't jump on anybody. It is by building yourself. It is by, and okay, so let me give you an example. A lot of young people who, you know that, okay, you need to build your English language. You have data on your phone. You go on YouTube. You know that there are lots of resources on YouTube that you can use to build your skills. Rather, you will sit down and watch old movies. You will sit down and watch Yoruba movies. And I'm not saying Yoruba movies are bad. I'm saying that you can use your data to build yourself, to equip yourself. Okay, so let me leave the issue of grammar, but I hope that that point is well taken. Now, let's go to being exceptional. I'm an undergraduate. And for example, let me say I am studying chemistry. And I hope to work with chemistry when I leave school. I hope to work in maybe a pharmaceutical company or, just any company that employs a chemist. And the 100 level, I'm not serious with my studies. 200 level, I'm not serious with my studies. 300 level, I barely made it through. 400 level, I'm struggling. And eventually I graduate out of school and I come out with a low grade. And I come out of school and I'm now looking for a job, using all my energy to look for a job. Somehow, if you don't get the kind of job that you want, you know that it is your own doing. The point I'm making is that put in your best. Let the universe, the forces that control the universe, know that this young man, this young woman is putting his or her best. And in this instance, into your academics, be that student that knows his or her onion. Be that student that when you show up, you know that when you go for exams, when you go for tests, you know that you are acing, you are passing exceptionally. Okay, now this advice is for someone who is still in school. If you are out of school already, well, there's really nothing much. But if you are still in school, and it's not too late, start now. If you feel that you've not been getting good grades, don't say that the lecturer gave me. They don't give you. It is what you get. At least in most cases. Well, there might be those, other lecturers who are not fair to students. But to be honest with you, in most cases, when you call for your script, you see what you have written. You will realize that it is what you actually scored that they gave you. So what I'm saying is that be exceptional. Read, study, be diligent. Even the Bible says that see a man diligent in his work. So there's a place for diligence. You will not spend 4 years jumping up and down, not studying, and expect to come out of school and get the best of jobs. So what happens to the people who have been diligent all along? All right. Now, again, I understand that there are people who have been diligent and still not getting the jobs, but then we'll come to that. But you do your part first. Get the job. Be diligent, okay? Be exceptional. Come and let your goal, don't let your goal be, let me just get 2 and, let your goal be, let me be a first-class student. So even if you don't make the first class, you are making the next grade. Even you will be proud of yourself, okay? Now, don't let me overflog that point. Let's move on. Let's go to the next point. And this very next point is very important because that is what has helped me And so I'm a testimony of this next point. Now I agree with you that there are no jobs out there, there are really no jobs. And I will not blame people who are not employing people who don't have job experience. Because really, I think about this thing myself, if I am the employer and I have a job, I need someone who is able to do it. There are two people, one has experience in the job, another person doesn't have the experience. Who will I give the job to? Now, let me be honest. Will I say, this person doesn't have experience, let me give him the job still? Or this other person has experience. He has all of the qualification. I mean, it's human. I will give it to the person who has the experience. So how can you, a fresh graduate, get the experience? It's through volunteering. You can get this experience through volunteering. A lot of times, gone are the days where they say that your experiences, your volunteering positions as undergraduates are not enough for you to apply. Now, you can actually volunteer right from your undergraduate days, and it will count as job experience for you when you come out. And I'm saying this as a personal story. Now, let me tell you a little bit of my story. Maybe it will drive home the point. I remember that when I first graduated and when I finished from school, of course, because as a medical doctor, you have to do 1 year housemanship. After 1 year housemanship, I had to go for NYSC. And immediately I came out in fact, on the day that I was passing out of NYSC, I already got my first NGO job. And my first NGO job was an international NGO that was going to pay me like over 5 times what my other colleagues will be earning. The job required 5 years experience. And I told my employer that I have 5 years experience working in a non-governmental setting. I mean, the job required that I work with adolescents and young people on sexual reproductive health. And I told them I have the experience, but I was a fresh graduate. And you know what? I went for the interview, they spoke with me, they were convinced that I had the experience and they employed me. So where did I get the experiences from? It was through volunteering. I remember that as a medical student, I was doing my best in my academics, but I wasn't only that kind of student who was doing academics. I found every relevant volunteering position, and so there were other NGOs around. There were other students doing great things. I would volunteer. I remember there was one blood donors group. I would volunteer. There was another diabetes NGO. I would volunteer. That was even before I founded my own NGO. Okay, and so I was volunteering. I was gaining experience. I was able to understand how some of these things run, and I wasn't even out of school yet. And so by the time that, I had mentioned that I eventually spent 10 years in school. So you know what, during all of those times when the school will be on strike, instead of going home and just sitting down and wallowing and being sad and all that, I would stay back in school volunteering. I was volunteering. And so eventually, the 10 years that I spent in school instead of 6 years did not really matter, because I was being productive in the extra years. Like I was using my time judiciously. I was volunteering. And you have platforms to volunteer. All of these volunteering positions, they weren't paying me. In fact, a lot of time we were giving our monies to do all of those projects. I remember that as an undergraduate, there was a time, I schooled in Ogun State. There was a time, one of the NGOs that I was volunteering for, they asked us to go to Lagos to do something. They didn't give us money, and we're expected to deliver. It was your money that you would use. I was happy to do it because it was something that I really loved to do. I used my money a lot of times. So what I'm saying is that to get some of these experiences, it's not every time. Sometimes you get the volunteering position that they will give you stipend. Sometimes they don't give you anything. But if you think that it is relevant for the kind of job that you are looking forward to, why not? Instead of sitting at home doing nothing, why not volunteer? Get the experience. Don't get the experience in vain. Write it in your CV that you got this through volunteering. Sometimes you don't even need to mention that it is volunteering. It is a job experience because it's not like you cooked it up. You did it. Okay? So volunteer. Look for opportunities. Look for people who are doing things that are relevant to what you really love to do or the kind of job that you want to get. volunteer for them, approach them. They don't need to put up adverts. Nobody really puts up adverts for volunteering. You are the one that will go to them to say, you know what, I want to volunteer for you. Most times they will say, come. When they see your passion, they see how you talk, they will say, come. I hope I'm still audible. Please, I'd like to know, just so that I'm not talking to myself. Okay. All right. So that's my next point. Please volunteer. Volunteer, volunteer. Don't wait till you get the big job. That's the mistake a lot of. They want to wait till they get till MTN, till Globalcom, till this and that. But how about the small organizations around you? Have you been able to walk up to them to say, let me volunteer for you, let me do this for you? Or you have a skill. For example, you know how to take pictures, you're a photographer, or you might not even be a photographer, but you just know that you have a good phone, for example, you have a camera. You see that if there's a company around you, there's a small NGO or a small organization around you who you think may benefit from your skills. Can you approach them to say, I can do this, can I do this for you? That might just be your entry into the field that you want. Okay, and this thing I'm telling you has worked for a lot of people and not just myself. Okay, now in addition to volunteering, you can actually start your own. Who says that you cannot start your own? So for example, right from undergraduate days, I've always known that I'm cut out for community development work. I'm cut out more for public health than for that I have a passion to work with adolescents, to work with young people. And so I really wanted to start an NGO. And so one time like that, when the school was on strike, I was really tired, I was angry. But you know what? It just occurred to me that this is your NGO that you have always wanted to start. Why not start it now? And that was how, after the school resumed, I told my friends, you know what, I have this idea. I feel I should start an NGO. What we'll be doing is that we'll be calling young girls, we'll be going to their schools, encouraging them, helping them with their homework, helping them with their, academics, supporting them. People who cannot pay school fees will run around, raise school fees for them. And that was how we started. So right since 2011, I mean, when I told the idea to my friends, they said fantastic, and we started. I remember then because my school was off campus, I was living in one shared apartment with some other students. So we had an empty sitting. We'll go and borrow chairs from everywhere. We'll call the girls to come. They will come. We'll discuss with them, talk with them. I wish I would have shown you some of these pictures that we took from them. And so I started no matter how small, I started mine. I was there. So when I came out of school and I was applying to an NGO, I was not a newbie. I started with, I'll be it small, but I was doing something. And you know what? That was part of my job experience. And so you see how it was easy for them to give me the job that they required 5 years experience for when I was just passing out of NYSC. Now, let's leave that point. The next point that I'm going to make now is very relevant to all of us because we are all on social media. Well, I see a lot of people. What all they do on social media is show off their fine faces. If you just bought a new dress, you want everybody to see it, or you just did a fine makeup, or you just did one here, except you are a fashion blogger, or you are a celebrity or something. That's when I can excuse you. And I'm not even saying don't show off all of these things, but I'm saying that social media has gone beyond show off. People are using social media to get their dream jobs. So don't think that social media is that you know what people do? I wake up, this is how I woke up. All of those challenge that challenge, and you jump on it and all that. How about you doing? I remember again, all of these little things that I would go on Facebook, I would type, oh, today we reached out to 500 or 100 girls, and then post their pictures. Even if it is 10 people that saw it, at least it was already registering in people's heads that, oh, this is what this person does, this is what that person does. And so again, let me go back to my story on how I got my first job on just immediately I finished NYC. It was actually someone who referred me. The person heard about the position and said, oh, I saw somewhere that this person is doing this. This person might be interested, and that was how the person referred me. It was via social media connections. So you can imagine if I had not been talking about the things that I'm doing. It is not show off. It is giving yourself visibility. You need to give yourself visibility. You're on Facebook, but all we see is, people post nasty things. And don't even forget that now employers go on this your social media. They will ask for your social media handle. They will check. They want to know, is this person a nasty person? They want to see the things that you are writing on social media. So if you're the kind of person who writes rubbish on social media or who insults people, people do a lot of all these nasty things. I think that it's time you change and use social media for your own advantage. There's LinkedIn. LinkedIn is a professional platform. You're looking for a job and you're telling me you don't have a LinkedIn account, but you have Snapchat. Really? I think you're not serious yet. So these are things that you need to start doing. Create a LinkedIn profile. See other people's profile and see how they are doing it. Do your own. Even if you don't have a lot to write now, write your qualifications there. I have a friend, okay, well, like a senior colleague who actually got his job through LinkedIn. And I've heard a lot of people who got their jobs through LinkedIn by just creating a LinkedIn profile, following people who are relevant or who have similar career paths. And, that's how they got their dream jobs. So why not you? So my encouragement today is that if you have not been using social media, Facebook, Instagram, I see people going on Twitter and tweeting. Unfortunately, government has even banned the Twitter now. But when there was Twitter in Nigeria, when Twitter was functional, we hope that it to become functional. I see people typing, tweeting things that you'll be wondering, did this person even pass? Did this person even go to school at all? But you're really looking for a job, and you're on Twitter. You're not tweeting at organizations. You are not tagging organizations. You are not doing intelligent tweets that will get people's companies' attention. Then I think that you are not ready. Okay? So use social media to your advantage. My next point, apply for relevant jobs. You know that you're a fresh graduate. You see a job of 20 years experience. That's what you want to do. I don't know how that works really. But I think that it's okay to start small. As much as you say that, they're looking for 5 years, 10 years, there are actually jobs that they're looking for 1 year, 2 years experience. Why not apply for that instead of going for the big ones? I understand that you have faith and you believe, but I think it's okay to start small. Apply, then you know your qualification. For example, I know that I'm a doctor. I should now see a job that they are asking for a legal advisor. I now say that's the kind of job I want. I know that I'm not ready yet and I'm not serious because these people know what they want. For them to write this qualification or this, they know what they are looking for. So if I don't have the basic skills, I think that I don't need to apply for. Look for the jobs, and there are lots of job search engines right now. Again, people get jobs through what's the name of these? There are lots of them. There's Career NG, there's Hotspot, there's this other one, Jobber Man. Subscribe to Jobber Man. Write the things, your qualifications, and get job alerts. That's how to do these things. Me, I really don't know other ways, But if you are actually trying to get a job, then get a job actively, okay? Go on search engines, search for jobs, subscribe to this platform so that on a daily basis, they are sending you opportunities that are relevant to your career or to your field or to the kind of job that you are trying to get. Another point, while you are waiting for a job, don't waste away. I see a lot of people, they're trying to get a job, but every day they're sleeping away, waking up, they're doing hello Snapchat, and especially now that social media is enough distraction. You're trying to get a job. 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, you're sitting at home doing nothing, really. How about equipping yourselves with skills that you know that you will need on the job that you're trying to get? I mean, that is a very, very smart thing to do. For example, you're trying to get an NGO. Sorry that I will always use NGO because that's my field. You're trying to get an NGO job, and you know that when you get this job, they will ask you, do you know Excel? And now you know that you don't know how to use Excel, but you're not trying to get a skill. You're not trying to learn how to use it. YouTube has made life easy. You can go on YouTube and learn anything. If you don't want to go on YouTube, there are computer schools or organizations that can teach you. You don't know how to use statistical packages, you know. I mean, these are skills. Or maybe you want to go into content creation, or you want to do you want to, I mean, you feel that learning photography can be a skill for you, and you're not learning. I think that it is a good way to maximize your waiting time, and you're waiting for a job, but you're equipping yourself, and so it's actually not a waste of time, and you can actually do these things concurrently. For example, you can be volunteering and still be learning skills. They are not mutually exclusive. You can do them all together. And I really encourage you, find out skills that are relevant to the kind of jobs, to the kind of career you want to build. And then I should have made this point earlier. It's important for us to define our career path. So, for example, I told you when I was an undergraduate, it was clear to me that I did not want to really go into deep medicine or clinical medicine. I have other friends who really, really wanted to do maybe pediatrics or O&G or surgery. They knew, you might not be very sure. Like, I remember that I also was in between, okay, should I do pediatrics? Should I do, but at some point, it was clear to me that this is what I want. There are other people who they say, what kind of job are you looking for? They say, any job. Really, there is nothing like any job in the market. As much as you are trying to be modest to say, you know what, right now, I'm able to do what you bring my way. But I think that it adds to your value if you are able to say, this is what I want. And now it's different from this. I know this is what I want, but since I'm not getting what I want now, let me take what is available while I still pursue what I want. Okay, that's different from just give me any job. I just want to make money. I just, and a lot of people are like that. I'll encourage you to think, sit down, ask yourself questions. And it's okay if you are not clear, yes. But as you continue to search yourself, ask yourself vital question, who am I? A question as simple as who am I? What do I love to do? What do I enjoy? It will help you define your career path. Get a mentor. I cannot overestimate the role of mentor in getting the job. Sometimes it is your mentor that sends you the job. In fact, your mentor I remember one job that I got. It was my mentor who had already put a word for me to say, I know this girl. She can deliver on this job. And that was it. Okay. So it's okay. Get a mentor. Who is in that field that you want to do? Who has gone ahead of you? That you are looking at and saying that, I think that I would like to be like this person. Okay, why not walk up to that? It helps me to drive on my point. As an undergraduate, again, remember I said I schooled in Ogun State. So one of my elder siblings, he schooled in Ife. And, I remember he came home one day and was telling me, there's this professor in my school. Okay, the man wasn't even a professor yet. He was still he was a doctor. And he was saying, this man is a public health expert, this and that. And he spoke so well of me. I told my brother, I would like to meet this man. Please, can you connect me with him? I would like him to mentor me. And that was it. I remember all the way from Shagam, I entered bus to Ife just to go and see this professor. I had to wait hours before I was able to. I was an undergraduate. I wasn't even out of school yet. And so I connected with this man. I would read all of his articles, everything he published. I would read, I was following and all that. Again, my job that I got, it was through him. Somehow everything connected with themselves. So what I'm saying is, get a mentor. Don't be isolated, especially if you are pursuing a particular career and people. You might also not have the opportunity to meet them one-on-one like I had, but now life is easy. People put their works on LinkedIn, on their social media platform. They publish their papers. Are you reading them? People are writing. You're saying the person is your mentor, but you're not reading their books. You're not reading their materials. These are opportunities to groom yourself for the future that you want for yourself. Seeing that someone is there already or someone is on his way there and you are coming behind. It's a smart way to be faster on your own career path. All right. Now, my next point, again, is know yourself. A lot of people are trying to get a job. They want to be an employee. Meanwhile, they are actually better as entrepreneurs. Okay, there are lots of people that I know that they are not cut out for the 9-to-5 jobs. They are able to start a business and they do well in the business, but they think that getting a job, you say, why not start your own business, no matter how little? And it's really, really helpful. So I think I've said a lot. And don't forget my disclaimer, these things are not 10 steps to getting a job. They are basic things that, a little here, a little here. This one might apply to you, it might not apply to you, but I know that these are some gaps that I've observed that people, young graduates, they don't do these things.
Well, let's work again.
They want the jobs to come on them. And if you like, they might be helpful, but they can help you send, or if there are also other comments. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, fascinating. So we are glad. In fact, I've learned. I may not be searching for a job, but then I've learned a lot. I've learned a lot that I can still use to guide people around me. And I've learned some other things. In fact, I learned some things that I wish I had known when I was in school. Sincerely, I've learned something I wish I had known when I was in school. But then, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Please, just quite unfortunate that we don't have as many undergraduates as I expected. But I want to believe people will still be on YouTube to watch this particular edition. But I want to believe people will join. People will watch on YouTube to get this loaded information. It is really, really needful, especially the aspect of volunteering. I mean, I have testimony of someone who got a very good job as a result of volunteering. In fact, I have somebody who, this one was not even volunteering per se. There was this period of, I think, NAPEP also that Nigeria, they were doing Nigeria at that time. Far back as, I think that should be either early 90s or so. Yes, early 2000. It is around 2000, 2001, I can't really remember now. And this person, in fact, my sister, she didn't mind. Nigeria, they were doing, I think it was Lagos State. Yes, it was Lagos State giving this job. And then the payment was 4,000 naira per month. When people graduate were having money, I know at least reasonable money at that time. But she didn't mind, she accepted it. And you guess what? She was doing it as if she was fully employed. The passion was there. Even people around were just like, even we at home were like, is this job a fully paid? Our transport fare that time was more than our pay. But she was doing it diligently, as if it was a real job. Guess what? It was one of the bosses at that particular office, because it was a bank, that saw that her passion was, you really want this banking job? She said yes. It was this person, that's her boss in that office, that connected her to a bank. And she worked in that bank till she was tired of working in the bank. So things like that, yes, they really, really work. Really work. Especially this volunteering. I wish I'd known this volunteering aspect of getting a job when I was an undergraduate. Though I did something, but then not like really volunteering or having experience. Well, I did something related to that when there was ASU strike, like 11 months ASU strike. Being somebody in education, I quickly went to look for a job. My parents were like, won't you come home? I said, no, I have something to do here. And I had to go and look for a job, earning a stipend. I think then around 1,500 or 2,000 naira, because they knew I was an undergraduate. I did it. And by the time I wanted to get my first teaching job when I graduated, it was that experience. Yes, there was that experience that gave me the opportunity, because I actually worked for 2 years. When the ASU strike was over, I didn't stop. I continued. I had to change from full-time teacher to a part-time teacher. And the school did not mind because they saw the way I was doing the job. So it's really, it will help. If you are still an undergraduate, I know I have one or two, we have one or two undergraduates on the platform now. If you are still undergraduate, this thing will help you have training, acquire skill, acquire knowledge, acquire training, even while you are still in school. It will help, and let it reflect in your CV by the time you graduate. Thank you so much, our facilitator. I want to add a point that we should also learn how to write a professional CV. Some people's CV, if you see the CV, you won't even want to give the person any job. But the truth of the matter is that the person is worth more than what is written on the CV. So let's learn how to write a professional CV, because it speaks before you. Employers will see your CV before they will see you. And our facilitator also has said it. The social media is there. From YouTube, you have, if you want to learn how to cook okra soup, go to YouTube, you will see there. If you want to learn, in fact, if you want to learn how to paint your nails, go to YouTube, you will see it there. So there is nothing you will not get on YouTube, because people are just putting different things there. So if we can use YouTube to learn, if people can use YouTube to learn immoral things, then use YouTube as well to equip yourself. It will really help. Thank you so much once again, our facilitator. I want to welcome contribution or question from anybody in the house, please. Dr. Shegok, I want to hear your voice today. In fact, I'm happy you're on platform. This is our facilitator for last month, and he's here with us today. I'm happy so much. Thank you so much, sir. God bless you. We want to hear from people. I would like to hear from you, sir. I would like to hear from you. I know you are busy right there where you are. We appreciate if we can hear from you. So when we get question, if you want to ask question, you can use the hand raising icon. Thank you so much, sir. Yes. Thank you, sir. Okay, you can unmute yourself.
Dr. Opawale, thank you so much. Can you hear me now?
Yes, sir. But I can't see your video again because I want to.
My video is there.
And I saw it. Okay, I've seen it now. I've seen it. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. Dr. Opawale, thank you for the presentation. It was mind-blowing. And I think whether somebody in undergraduate or you are not in undergraduate, or no matter level you are, if you're on this platform, there are many things we need to gain from what she said. How many of us do volunteer jobs? Majority of us want experience and we want money at the same time. One has to go for one thing. You just have, not all the times, our experience equal, not all the time you get money for any services we render. If you are looking for money, I used to tell people, like I think I shared with Dr. Fumilola recently, there was a guy that I was trying to send to their school. I was just discussing with him, and he said, no, I said, listen, I remember when I started lecturing job, my first experience in my first class, I had 13 students in the classroom, while some other colleagues asked a big student. I was admiring that big student, but something keep on telling me that be diligent with this student first, and you will see what will happen. I don't know. I just focus on this student. I was in their class first week, second week, third week. I just received a call from another center. Hey, they've seen my CV and they are interested if I can come around and take some classes with them. I said, oh, good. That was how I got that job. And why am I saying this is, there is no experience. Even let's say it's not in line with your study, there is no experience that is a waste. Whether it is sievable or not, if I can use that word, there is no, you will surely need it one day. You will need that experience one day. Both in management, both in skill acquisition, you will surely need it. People that are making it today, if you ask them from their background, you will hear their story and you will shake. I overheard one of the former senator talking recently. He said, do you know some senators are in the House of Assembly, current serving, majority of them cannot even afford 500K. I said, what do you mean? I thought he was joking. He said, no. He said, ask them. Majority don't even have what they call management skill. So if you are undergraduate and you can't manage your time that you have with yourself, I wonder what will happen when you get to where you are alone. You know, you have lectures, you have assignments, you have classes. Some of us find it difficult to attend online classes. Why? Because we believe that no, online classes is not for me. I love physical. No, that was dead. That was in the past. But now it is online. Facilitator was telling us that some of us spend more time on YouTube, Instagram, doing what you cannot even just account for, or accountable for. And yet you think a whole world will collapse one day because you are looking for a job. Nothing will happen. Nothing. If you can spend more time on social media, we will see you on Facebook comments, we will see you on TikTok, we will see you on Instagram, you will see all of you here and there. And you cannot spend that time to develop yourself. We have online courses now, free and with certificate. Online courses are there. If you could go to Coursera, if you go to all these courses, you can equip yourself free of charge. They will even give you a certificate. If you need a certificate, they will say if you don't have money and you need a certificate, apply for a financial aid. If you apply for financial aid, what would they give you? They will just ask you, write a motivation that we should give you this. As a Nigerian, you can tell them, yes, you are coming, you are self-sponsored student and your parents don't have much, and you think this course will have more value to your future, your career. That's all, just 3 or 4 lines. Send it to them, they will give you. Personally, I had 3 or 4 certificates from Coursera just to develop yourself. If I put that in my CV, would anybody say, no, we don't know you? No. Not everybody, nobody will teach you. Is it calculus they are teaching in class? How many of us apply calculus outside? Is it biology they are teaching in class? How many of us apply biology outside? So the best thing is the skill, what we've acquired so far, and the kind of lectures or training we expose ourselves to that will make us relevant. A lot of people are graduate today, but they are not employable. You said it the other time. They are not employed. That's why in Nigeria, I don't even tell people that, oh, there's no job. I will give you one example before I will just submit. Our last born in my family, she read, I think, biology education or thereabouts from Password. And I asked her, what do you want to do in life? What do you want to just tell us so that we will know she's a graduate? I said, okay. She said she loved to work in lab with microbiology. You know what the lady did? Without telling any of us, she went to different labs to inquire that she want to learn the practical aspect of how to take tests, to do the blood test, to do this. The money she gathered from NYC, she used it to pay and learn that skill. As I'm talking to you now, she has not even finished the training. Remember, she paid, using her money to pay that, please employ me. I'm paying you this to learn this. She has not finished the training before she got a good job with big lab, one of the recommended lab that they are doing COVID-19 now test in Nigeria. So how many of us ready to sacrifice that thing before you complain you don't get the job? But we believe to use our money, especially ladies, to buy iPhone 7, iPhone 10, iPhone 11, or strong, is it straight or strong straight, or what do you call the way? Okay, if you use that one to buy it, then don't look for job. We all see in the social media, 21 years old lady now. Look at what is trending in Nigeria. So these are the things. If you cannot think and use that little one to sacrifice, to learn training, to do so many things, to volunteer, forget. Not, it won't happen over the night. God will help us. Thank you so much for this opportunity.
Amen. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much, sir. Question from the house. We are good to go. All right. Thank you so much. Somebody said, well said, sir. Internship and volunteering service is the key. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Question from anybody? Question. All right. Thank you, sir. Okay, sir. Question from anybody? Okay. Should I say no question? Should I admit there is no question? Should I admit there is no question? Okay. Then in that case, I think, can I say we are good to go then? Please and please, you will have a, okay, does somebody want to say something? Okay. Okay. Then in that case, I think we are good to go. Our Dr. Kes said something. In fact, when I first heard of Coursera, I think I did like 2 courses there. Though unfortunately, not unfortunately, I intentionally did it that way. I didn't get the certificate, but later I wished I had collected the certificate. It costs is not expensive. In fact, I saw some courses that the certificate cost just $49. To some people, it may be huge money. Yes, I have Coursera. Yes, CREOURSER. Go there. So many international universities, they have their programs there. Especially practical courses, they have there. Some 6 weeks course, 8 weeks course, like that. You finish it, you get a certificate from that university. It's not Coursera certificate. From that university, you get a certificate. There are opportunities, professional courses, professional organizations, you get their qualification and things like that. It will really help us. So thank you so much for everyone who has joined. I'm really grateful. And I still hope to see you again. I can see your name. I don't know if I saw this name last month. Mr. Benga Aliu. Thank you. Mr. Shegun Yediran, so yeah, I know that names. Thank you. Adebimpe, Adeyeye, thank you. Gukomikele, thank you. My Mrs. Wumi Adejimo, thank you so much. Thank you. I'm glad to see everybody. And once again, before we go, I want to say thank you to our facilitator, Dr. Mrs. Oluwa Damilola Abioye. Don't mind that she put up one later. And our profile, we have Abioye. Dr. Mrs. Oluwa Damilola Abioye. Thank you so much. We are glad to have you here. So with this, we want to say, see you next month. By the time we're having another fantastic program here on Great Minds Connect. Stay connected. Join our, thank you, our platform. Wow, sorry, before we go, our various platforms that we have. Our Instagram, let me allow our facilitators to go so that I won't keep her here. Thank you. On Instagram, we have Connect Great Minds. That's our Instagram page, Connect Great Minds. And on Facebook, we also have our Facebook page, Great Minds Connect. Then you can send us mail. We have in his presence 120@gmail.com, and we also have greatmindsconnect@gmail.com. You can send us, and if you want to reach me directly on WhatsApp only, you can't call the line. So sorry about that. You can't call the line. It's just WhatsApp only. You can call me. You can reach me on +234 7032346621. WhatsApp only. And from there, I'll give you any other information that you need. We have a membership form for Great Minds Connect if you want to be a part of Great Minds Connect. And we have various opportunities are available, and that will be shared on our Telegram platform, which I said earlier that possibly we might migrate to our WhatsApp platform. And before I go, I want to appreciate somebody here that has been helping us so much on our Telegram platform. She has been so much making the platform to be active. And I want to believe from today, people will become active on that Telegram platform. And in case we migrate to WhatsApp platform and WhatsApp as well, I want to appreciate you. Thank you so much, Tolulo Kwetokas. God bless you real good. So with this, we want to say bye for now. See you next month. Thank you so much. Bye, everyone. Bye. See you next month. But we still get in touch. We still keep connected. We remain connected. Bye.